Ladies and gentlemen, I begin by praising the creator and fashioner of the heavens and the earth, and I give thanks to him. I ask God to send peace and blessings upon all of his prophets, his messengers, all of the righteous people of all time. I ask God to bless you all, bless all of your loved ones. John chapter 1, verse number 2. Hutos in arche proston theos. He was proston theon. This is the one who was in the beginning with God. If John had just finished calling Jesus God in John chapter 1, verse 1, why would he now say this is the one who was with God? No, he didn't call Jesus God in John chapter 1, verse 1. He was saying that Jesus is the Logos and the Logos was with God. And this Logos had a divine quality. And this is how Wallace, in his grammar and exegesis of the New Testament, has explicated it. He's not saying, John is not saying that Jesus was God in terms of identity, but he was saying that Jesus has a God quality. And hence, the best way of translating that would be to say that Jesus was the Logos was divine, and that has been translated by some others in that way, even though Wallace himself did not translate it that way. No, I don't believe Wallace to be the authority on this question. Clearly, he is a Trinitarian himself. He's going to support Trinitarian belief. I only cited him to say that even though he supports Trinitarian belief, he admitted that in John chapter 1, verse number 1, the term God there used for the Logos is not in terms of divine identity, but in terms of divine quality. So no, John's gospel is not saying explicitly that Jesus is God. You will not find a simple, clear, declarative statement of this type in any undisputed text in the New Testament saying that Jesus is God. You will find things like he is the image of God in Hebrews. But image of God is not exactly God. This is like, if my image is appearing on your screens, but that's not me. I am sitting behind my computer, but you're seeing my image. So if Jesus is the image of God, that does not mean that he is God. He is in some way, for the author of Hebrews, who should not be presumed to be Paul, in some way, the author thinks that Jesus is a reflection of God, but he doesn't say that Jesus is God himself. So now, finally, looking at the book of Revelation, look at Revelation chapter 3, verse number 11, where Jesus says, I am coming soon. Hold on to what you have so that no one will take your crown. The one who is victorious, I will make a pillar in the temple of my God. Never again will they leave it. I will write on them the name of my God and the name of the city of my God. I mean, how many times does Jesus have to declare that he has a God for people to get the point? Now, John chapter 1, verse 1 spoke about Jesus. And then in the rest of that preliminary to John's gospel, Jesus is referred to as the begotten God. So he's not fully God. He is the begotten God. He's a lesser sort of God. And this is what we have to understand, that the writers of the New Testament, while presenting Jesus as a divine person, they're not presenting Jesus as the second person of the Holy Trinity. They are presenting Jesus as a subordinate being below God, one through whom God created everything else. And that means that he is not the second person of the Holy Trinity. To prove that that the Trinity is taught by the Bible, they have to prove that the Bible teaches that the Father is God, the Son is God, the Holy Spirit is God, and that the three are somehow one God. And when we turn to the specific writers of the New Testament, we have to see that each one of the writers had all of these beliefs in his or her mind as expressed in the writings. Otherwise, you would have to charge them with blasphemy. If they just promote Jesus to be God, but they don't have a conception that will make the three one, then they are committing heresy. So in sum, folks, the Old Testament and the New Testament teach that there is only one God and not a Trinity. Thank you.